Go ahead, no, go ahead. What's up folks, welcome back to Street Notes. I'd been on this corner for a little while before I started the camera and I'd had a couple awkward interactions, so this was the last shot I took before moving on. The skater wasn't quite in the position I would have liked. If he was in the sun, it probably would have been perfect because he would have been more outlined with that building, but not the worst start I've ever had. These guys over here doing some construction stuff, and there's a lot of pedestrians around that corner, so quickly kind of passing through the area. Got this one. I do like the layers. I like the lady in the foreground. It's sort of blocked off by that sign billboard thing. People passing through, and then that worker, might actually just be a window cleaner or something, in the background there. And then immediately after, you get this guy taking a drink, and it's fine. It's a little flat, but yeah, whatever. This guy sort of like stretching or whatever he's doing was kind of interesting. The light's not great and I'm not sure I like it that much, but I do like that his entire body is defined in some way. So he's got the light background on the road with his hands, with his dark gloves, and then the dark background with his head and shoulders, and he's a little bit lighter than that part of it. Now here, there's a person by that fence on the left, that just went out of frame. I ignored it at first and I should have stopped because I turned back to get the shot and they were gone by the time I got back. And when I see this composition, I actually really like it. And had that person been sitting there, it probably would have been a bit better. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was want to get in there. He was asking, does he have salt and pepper here? And
I see you walking on this side of the camera, so.
Sounds good.
Do y'all mind if I'll try not to get your faces, but because there's all these colors,
yeah.
And I've been like, someone's gonna walk through here and they'll have the nice colors on. Can I just like, don't pose for me or anything, just like ignore me. But just having all these blue colors and.
Want me to keep it on?
Yeah, that's why I liked it, because you've got blue here, you've got light blue, you've got this yellowish green, red in the background. I think here I was partly making them feel a little bit awkward because I was asking them if I could take pictures, but for them not to pose and if they could just hang out. So they kind of naturally seemed like they didn't know necessarily what to do. But as I was chatting to them, they were very nice and they allowed me to take pictures of them as they just kind of milled around. At the last second, I realized that that lady was going to make a good silhouette on the side of the tent. I didn't frame it quick enough. She was moving and I wasn't moving quick enough over. I think if I'd been a little bit more over to the right, it might have been better, and maybe just change my orientation slightly or something, but not mad about it. The left side of the frame is just a little bit too bland though. This mirror has been interesting me for a while, but I've never ever seen anything really around it or thought to use it in any sort of a graphic way in the scene. This kid was scootering past it though, and it's okay. I would have liked maybe someone in the mirror walking through as well, or something else. I'm definitely coming back here, I'm definitely going to work that scene though. This patch of light I've seen before, and on this particular day I decided to see if I could make that sort of dark background, bright foreground type thing. This guy carried this big sign through, is the first thing that happened. And it's not great, it's not terrible, it's a start. This woman though does yawn, I think, just as she's passing through, and that adds a little bit of interest. It's kind of it just makes a different gesture or something, I guess, but I overexposed the person a bit too much. Tried here for a little bit longer, but didn't get anything else significant. No expressions or gestures or interesting stuff really coming through, just people going into the train station. The sun was really hitting this like fan-shaped thing, and I quite liked it. I like the flowers down there. I've got the figure on the left side. I feel like it's a bit unbalanced. It's missing something else. Maybe I'm just being a bit overly critical, but yeah, walked past this many times and never really noticed this scene before. And even a few seconds later, I'm still kind of looking at the light and the way it's hitting, but there's a family wandering along here. Nothing in the foreground, so again, everything's further away, which isn't necessarily bad. It's another scene for me to keep my eye on. I don't really know what to say about today's Street Notes episode. I was out there in a bad mood. I was grumpy as hell. I've been having some gear issues recently, which I'll talk about in another video, but yeah, just not in a good place, and I feel like as a result I wasn't really seeing a lot of potential, or not necessarily mad about some of the photos I got. Maybe I just, negative attitude takes a hold of me sometimes when I think I'm not doing well, and I try to sort of like push through that negative talk, because it always turns out better than I think. But that testing tent was pretty cool. I liked that it was all blue and there was red in the background, and the one roof on the tent was like a yellowish color. So I definitely think I will be going back and trying to do something better at that scene because of all that like graphic and color blocking and stuff like that. So it could be good, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's the same people that occupy that tent most of the time, and then then I won't have to go through the awkwardness of explaining what I'm trying to do. But all in all, I still went out, I still shot, so that is at least progress. Just pushing through and continuing to shoot regardless of my mood or how I feel is probably, it's a better way to go than not doing anything and being idle. I'd been more mad if I'd done nothing, I think. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.